Hello and welcome to the Insaka Talk Show. We are so glad you're here with us today on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are, depending on what time it is. This is the time that we go live. So, to get into it, I have in the studio with me my beautiful co host, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, Miss Priska. How are you doing? All right,
Has to
Priska.
be.
Looks like your sound is not working. We
This
cannot.
sound is not working. You're on mute.
All we see is somebody going, and we, we can't hear you. Say something. Not yet. All right. While Priska is working that out, we'll go to Miss Irene in
She's
Chicago.
here. The sound is working.
Okay.
Should I
Yes.
Yes.
this microphone thing? I'm all right. I apologize. I really that was you. I was gonna eat you live, but
I know. We talked about it earlier.
I apologize.
Oh,
Thank you for tuning in all the way from Baltimore, Maryland. I am representing my eastern part. I am African Zambian representing. So thank you for tuning in, guys, wherever you're watching us from.
Thank you. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Irene, all the way from Chicago. Can you tell us how you're doing today?
I'm doing well, and I'm so happy that the Kuomboka is going to be in April because it's my birthday month, and at the same time, Lozis are my sisters by tribe, so I'm going
Mm.
to celebrate with them. I'm Lunda, so they know Lundas and Lozis are sisters. I'm very happy. They all look fabulous when they wear their misisis, so I can't wait.
And you
Mm.
also have $100 um, for
For
your
what?
birthday, and his birthday.
So,
Oh yeah,
so
no. Stop it, don't worry about it. I got you.
let me take you. You said you're related to the Lozis. That explains the wide hips, but that's a story for another day. Winnie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Insaka Talk Show. Please share, like, and subscribe and love us. Even if you hate us, still love us.
Only you would say something crazy
I
like
know,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Mm.
We have a great show packed today, and we are happy that you're here with us. It's about culture, it's about tradition, it's about learning, and just getting empowered. So I'm really excited. As you know, this is Women's Month, and we have an amazing group of women that are going to be joining us in just a little bit here to talk about something that they started right here in the diaspora that's going to change and shape the way we celebrate is a very critical Zambian tradition. So, with that being said, we are going to get started first with community news. So, uh, Miss Winnie, can you tell us about this event?
So, this is Women's Month. As you all know, it's Women Empowering Month and Women International Month. Williamson Foundation, we have a high tea party. Please come and support so we can take so many youth to school. We still have a lot of kids that are pending because we're not able to do it because we didn't do well on the gala last year. But please, your support means a lot. Every little thing goes a long way. So come and support. More information will be updated there. But you can go on our website and start donating. Anything goes a long way.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you.
Winnie. And with that being said, we do have another really, really important event that is coming up. This is part of the community news. This is the Kuomboka Gala. Guys, this is happening in Dallas, Texas on April 13th. It's actually the main reason why we're even having this show today. So, what a way to prefix the introduction of the ladies that you are about to meet right now. So if you haven't bought your ticket, if you're out of state, get your ticket and
Mm-hmm.
start making your way to Texas. Nobody in this United States parties like the way we party. I don't care what you say, but in
That is
Dallas, we know how to party. We know how to throw down. So,
We can
guys,
attest to that.
The bigger the Texas. Mm-hmm.
and so with that, we would love to introduce these ladies that are the leaders. You're going to meet the founder, the leaders, and the ones that are behind the planning of this beautiful event. So to come on the show, we are going to bring on the stage on in the studio with us, Miss CEO. How are you doing, Miss CEO?
Hello, I'm doing great. And how are you, all of
Doing
you?
We're,
good.
we're doing great. Thank
Welcome to
you.
the show. All
Thank you for
right.
the
Also,
opportunity.
thank you. Also in the studio we have Dr. Waka Twagwira Yesu, who is also one of the leaders of the Diaspora Kuomboka team. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Nelly, and the beautiful ladies hosting us. So delighted to be here. I'm starstruck by the four of you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
so humbled.
Thank you. Also in the studio, we have the beautiful Miss Nasilele Imasuku, all the way from South Bend, Indiana. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, ladies, and happy Women's Month. Women are thriving.
Yes.
We are doing.
Love
Yes.
your outfit, by the way. It is,
It's
it's everything. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. You two ladies look beautiful.
I love
Thank
blue and yellow together. You know
I
what I mean?
know.
I would have never thought blue and yellow, but it's
Oh,
gorgeous, beautiful. And it
Yeah.
goes well with your complexion too.
actually, let me just give a compliment to my sister. She made this for me.
Oh,
It's just
nice.
a
Wow.
simple, yes. She
Nice.
started learning when we were young, so I saw her
Ooh.
watch making pieces, and now she's a pro.
Okay.
Wow. Well,
Well,
you want to say your
that's
sister's
beautiful though.
name? Because for those that don't know, what is
Oh
her
yeah,
name?
mhm. Her name is
What is
Namkolo Mangala. She's based off in Lusaka, Zambia. If you need her number for any Musisi outfit, please
Mhm.
contact me.
oh
Yes.
yeah,
Awesome.
that's a good one.
There you go. There you go. We're all about empowerment. Miss Mo Kalaluka Chata, all the way from Seattle, Washington. How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
I am honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Just like Dr. Mwaka said, I'm starstruck. It's a pleasure to be among these celebrities here. Thank you so much for having us. Happy Women's Month.
Thank you. Happy Women's Month.
Thank you.
We're humble. Thank you. Happy Women's
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's always for us, it's always a pleasure to work with other women. Not that we have anything against guys, but I feel like when women come together, we achieve so much. We have such great potential. You know, you give us a house, we give you a home, you give us anyway. You already know the
I love
We
that.
know it.
Go
Go
on.
on, Nelly. You give us what?
you give us a sperm, we
Go
give
on
you a
and on.
child.
We give children.
It's but now that we have you all ladies in the studio, we would like to start with an icebreaker. Just kind of, break the ice a little bit and each one of us get to know one another, loosen ourselves, right? So what is let me see. Miss Priska, I'm trying to find that icebreaker question.
It's in there.
Which one did we agree? Can you read it to me? Oh,
Do
just
you
say
collect
it.
anything?
Hmm?
Do you collect anything?
Oh yes, thank you for that. I couldn't find it, Mama. I was looking and looking and I couldn't.
Put it
There you
in
go.
there.
I see it. Thank you so much. So to start us off, can you tell us, do you collect anything? Are you a collector of anything? We'll start with Dr. Mwaka.
Yes, glad you asked. Thank you again for having us. I love African crafts and
Mm,
I travel quite a bit. So, like Kenya, I love their crafts. When I go home to
mhm,
Zambia, especially to empower like the women who make, the baskets, different things. I
mm.
love those. My husband is from Rwanda, and the women also make beautiful crafts, beautiful baskets. So every African nation, I collect all those things.
Wow. I'm also a collector of African art. So yeah, love it. Love it. All right. What about you, Miss Theo?
Actually, I've just gained interest in African jewelry. So I've
Mm.
started going all over the world looking for African jewelry or any cultural thing uh, which women wear to make themselves look beautiful.
Nice.
Nice. And I've actually witnessed you in some of your pieces. They look really beautiful. Really beautiful.
Thank you.
Uh, thank you. All right, Miss Nasilele, what do you collect? Do you collect anything? And if so, what do you collect?
Wow, wow, wow. I'm actually a hoarder. First of all, I love fashion. And like what the market has said, as you can see, I like collecting African stuff. As where I'm sitting right now, I can show you. I just can see
Mhm.
that. Whenever
Wow.
I go, I collect
Nice.
African
Mhm.
things. I also like African jewelry. And
Mm.
one thing that I like doing, I travel a lot. I just came from Uganda and Kigali. So every time I'm at the airport, I collect those fridge stickers. So I have them
Oh
all over
yeah.
my fridge for each place
Nice.
that I've gone to. So that's one thing that I don't forget every time I'm landing at any airport.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. What
Thank
about
you.
you, Miss Hom?
It's amazing that you say that because that's what I do. I collect refrigerator magnets. I have a
Wow.
whole bunch of those, and shot glasses.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I collect shot glasses. I love a refrigerator, and I collect purses. Purses,
Mm.
yes, I love purses.
You and Priska.
She's my fashionista.
You are my fashionista.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. The similarities here. I know we usually ask this question to our guests, but I'm going to ask you, the Insaka ladies, also briefly. Irene, what do you collect? I think I know, but can you please tell our Insaka family what it is that you collect? Just one out of the many, please.
No, actually, to be honest with you, I decided to start collecting something different,
Mhm.
and for this year, I'm actually uh, meeting a different person from a different country for the whole year. So at the end of the
Wow.
year, I want to have friends from all over the world. So far, I'm on 13.
What?
So you're collecting in a nice
It's
Wow.
and
only it's
fresh.
only it's only
Awesome.
March.
Yeah, it's just like you have a friend from Tanzania, Kenya,
Mhm.
Somalia. I'm going across the whole world, but so
Nice.
far
Mm.
I'm lucky with just Africa.
That's
Okay,
nice.
that's incredible. What about you, Winnie?
I don't really like collecting things. I don't like clutter, but I like buying towels. I don't know. Am I crazy?
Mm-mm.
Yes,
You're
No.
fine. Me
yes,
too.
Means you collect
yes, you are.
towels.
No, I like to change towel like every 2 months. I'm gonna go buy new towels. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, I need to stop.
We need
It's
a
okay.
towel
You
collector.
collect
It's
towels.
good.
Huh?
It just means you collect towels.
No, like and I washcloth towels. I feel like oh they're done, they're dirty. I need to go. It's like I wash them. They're nice and clean. But I just like to have new ones. If I see them, I'm like oh towels and washcloths. I don't know.
That's a good one. What about you, Priska?
Purses and sunglasses.
Of course.
Yeah, and that's what I thought Irene was going to say. Sunglasses,
Sunglasses for me, yeah, but I'm over with that.
because I know the two of you are crazy, and you got me hooked into that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bad, bad, bad friends. Anyway, I
What
do
about
know
you, Nelly?
Yes.
most people collect sunglasses, actually, among the many things. But I do collect shot glasses.
Oh,
So if you
shop.
come to my house, you guys know I have a little bar in my house on the side. And if you want to know where I've been, just look at my shot glasses. We make jokes when we're taking a shot. We're like, "Where are we drinking from today?" You know,
Ah,
Nice.
and then you pick the city, and then we'll take whether it's your shot is water, your shot is juice. It doesn't matter, but you still get a shot glass. All right. So, ladies, thank you so much for that icebreaker. Now, the reason we're here is to talk about the Kuomboka, the beautiful Kuomboka ceremony. One of the things I want to ask that's been on my mind is, Miss Theo, what inspired you to start the Kuomboka Gala?
Thank you. Well, culture.
Mm-hmm.
So we're inspired to educate and to educate our children
Mm-hmm.
and to keep our heritage, to make the world know who we are, and to show them that we are proud of being Zambians. We have to first love ourselves to
Mm-hmm.
be able to embrace other cultures. And you haven't seen us do that much here. And we
Mm-hmm.
want to start celebrating our culture. And not only do we want to celebrate ceremonious ceremonies, we
Mm-hmm.
also want to give back to the communities that we came from.
That's
We
good.
want to look at to take up projects that can
Mm-hmm.
give to the communities that we came from, especially the underprivileged. We want to go to hospitals, maybe contribute X-rays and stuff like that. That's giving
Mm-hmm.
back to our communities. We also want to bring our museums to the US.
Oh,
Let the
That's
world
great.
know who we are,
that's nice.
and we want to bring all that here. It's a
That is,
celebration of all cultures from Zambia.
mm,
We're starting with the Kuomboka.
wow.
To Zambia
That's,
Kuchalo, right?
yeah, putting Zambia Kuchalo. Yeah. So I'm curious to know, Miss Dr. Mwaka, how did, Miss Theo, I know that this is an idea that was born, and correct me if I'm wrong here. The idea was born from Miss Theo to say, hey, ladies, gentlemen, let's come together and do this thing. Right? At least for me, the first time I heard it was from Miss Theodora. Right. So how and when, at what point did she say, let me bring in Dr. Mwaka, let's see how we can collaborate? And what role do you play in this, in the
Thank
Kuomboka?
you. Thank you so much, Nelly. Theo reached out to me, I believe it was last November. And
Mhm,
when she began to share, especially about instilling some of the values, and because most of our kids were born here, they're very American. Even if we speak Lozi, Nyanja in our homes, they're kind of looking at us like. But then this collective effort of the Kuomboka, of educating and enlightening not only our children, but even friends of Zambia, it really hit home for me. I've lived abroad for so many years, but the more I live abroad, the more patriotic I am about Zambia. And we were brought up to love our culture, love our language, love our people. So it really hit home for me. And so, even as Theodora was explaining, I just said, girl, you don't even need to go further. I'm in. Then Auntie Lillian Bolas also called me. I'm like, Auntie, and also knowing the people that they both are, both Theo and Auntie Lillian, they are people. And I knew it's an organization that will bring us as Zambians together. It will help other people even understand the culture better. Friends of Zambia know how rich our culture is. So I said,
mhm,
you can absolutely count me in. I serve as the director of community relations and
mhm,
spiritual advisor, and it's been a great blessing. And there's other people who are part of the team, just dynamic, gifted, educated, just amazing men and women. It's really been very, very enriching. There are some teams you belong to and you're like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? You know what I'm saying? When you see the phone ringing, you're like, Lord, we pray. But as busy as I am, this one, it's so exciting. I love it. And even my
mhm.
family, when they see me smiling on a Zoom, they're like, okay, you're with the KD people, the Kuomboka people,
Ah,
because
Aw,
that's just how much fun we have. And it's amazing and incredible.
Nice.
that's
so
great.
good. Miss Mo, my fashion sister.
Oh, yes.
Kuomboka, how did you find yourself on this team and what parts do you play?
Yeah. So, how did I find myself here? I believe that I got the call from Nasilele, actually, my young sister Nasilele from Indiana. She called me and shared about this, this project that they were working on. She told me, yeah, kudos to you, sis. She told me about both Theo and what she was putting together, and she said, I think that you would be great because you like to do community activities. I am a community advocate. I'm a community leader. I love to make sure that our people are invested in culture, and heritage. Cultural heritage is really big for me. I think I shared this before. Before I came out here, I wasn't really into our Zambian culture, right? I didn't really understand it. I didn't really embrace it. But when I came over here and I met different people from different countries, different ethnicities, and saw how they embrace themselves, and then as I was growing my family, I have three daughters. As my kids were growing, I wanted to impart that to them. I wanted them to know where they're coming from. And so when she spoke about this, the Kuomboka, I jumped on it. I was like, oh, absolutely, yes. I don't know the first thing about the Kuomboka, but this would be a good start, and I can really educate my children. What I liked about it was the sense of inclusion, right? The people that were in the Kuomboka were very welcoming, and we all come from mixed cultures. I always like to share this. My father was a Lozi man from my grandfather was a Lozi man from Sananga, and I have also a very strong grandmother who was an Koya woman. And so I want to embrace both sides of my family, and make sure that my children and members of our community know that. And my kid's father, my husband, is Kunda from Eastern Province. So I want to make sure that our kids know that, over here we have been learning about the Native Americans, the Indian Americans, and, we've been learning about their cultures and how their medicine works, how their food works, and everything about them. Why not us, And so I took this to be a turning stone for me, to learn more about my culture, to teach people around me, and to just enrich our Zambian community. We have big people here with dreams and who want to see Zambia, Kuchalo, on the map. And so I thought, hey, I'm going to take this. And my position is events coordinator for Washington State chapter, as well as the assistant director of public relations, along with Ms. Nasilele. So yeah, that's how I found myself here. And it's just a great group of women working together, and men. And we're very excited for this gala.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mo. Miss Nasilele, I always call you my sister. I have worked with you several times. I know how hardworking you are. You are community driven. So I wasn't surprised that you were on this panel because you're a go-getter. So can you kind of brief us why you just said, even if I love my tribe, I'm going to be part of this?
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Erin. Me and you, we've collaborated on different projects. And, I'm so very much involved here in the state of Indiana. I'm the former Secretary General for the Zambians living here in the state of Indiana. On the Kuomboka panel, I serve as the Public Relations Director as well as the Secretary General. I happen to have been given this position by my sister Theo because it was vacant. So how I came to learn about the Kuomboka Diasporas, I happened to have gone for a funeral, and then I ran into one of my brothers here, a Lozi man, and he said, during the funeral, okay, and he just put me aside and said, oh, there's this group called the Kuomboka Diasporas. I think it would be so great knowing you. So I said, okay, is it okay if I gave the founder your number? I said, yeah, sure, go ahead. So then I happened to have received a call from Madam Theodora from Dallas, Texas. So then we spoke about it, and she told me about her sister who lived actually here in Michigan, who happened to have passed away at the time when I was moving here from New York City. So that woman actually looked like me. So I used to get a lot of compliments. Say, you look like this lady, but she had passed away. I'm like, oh, really? It's like I got so many compliments about that. But then she was actually the sister to Madame Theodora. So when we spoke about it, she was like, "Oh, okay, then now you're my sister. Then come aboard." So
Nice.
anything to do with culture, anything to do with culture really cultivates me a lot because I come from a pure Lozi home. My father, the late Mr. Godfrey Wamwe Masiku, and my dad, they were really into tradition. Though we were born in Lusaka, but they made sure that we knew the culture. In their home, he made sure that we knew how to speak Lozi. That was number one because he didn't want me and my siblings to be called, okay, Naslele Masik, but then you don't know how to speak Lozi. So that was his first priority, that we knew culture. So having moved to the United States, I'm in the healthcare field, and you know that the United States is made out of people from different countries, right? It's called a melting pot because it's made out of all different people from different cultures, heritages, and all that. So it's very, very important to stand out. And I think you know that I'm a nurse. So even in the hospital, I'm identified like somebody from Africa. So that's what makes me really stand out. So embracing my culture is a priority, especially here in the United States, where we have people from different cultures. Though we may get assimilated to the host country as people from the diaspora, right? We live here, so we kind of pick up some traditions here and there from people that we're associated with. But at the same time, we should also be distinct and show them who we are, because our identity is paramount to where you are going. Because if you don't know where you're coming from, you're not gonna know where you're going. So yeah, so when I heard about the Kuomboka Diasporas, I spoke to Ms. Theodora. I read their vision and policies. I'm like, yeah, I'm into this, so I'm on board. Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you.
Well, thank you all, ladies, for just shedding light on, how you all found yourselves in this beautiful venture. For those that are watching the show right now and they're like, well, what is this Kuomboka they're talking about anyway? So I wanted us to kind of just talk about what is the Kuomboka ceremony and when did it actually, like, when is the first ever Kuomboka ceremony recorded in history? When was it? Any one of you ladies can answer this one.
Nelly, the Kuomboka has been there for centuries. It actually started in the 1500s, you can imagine. So it's been there for years and years and years. It's also one of our biggest tourist attractions in Zambia, as you know. People from all over Zambia, all over the region, even Europe, come for this Kuomboka. It's so beautiful, it's so colorful, and it's the Litunga moving from, because of the floods. Kuomboka means to come out of where there's water to go to a dry place. So he moves from, I believe it's Lialoi to Limulunga, and it's a big ceremony. And it's so interesting that even the paddling, it's not just anybody who can paddle. There are very skilled men who are the paddlers, and there's even a dance. And the reason I know is because my grandfather was Litunga, my mother's father, in the 70s. Litunga Godwin Bixter Lewanika. So I kind of grew up in this, and the way they synchronize even the dancing, the paddlers, is just so, it's magnificent. You have to just be there to see. It is just so beautiful, and the women are in their misisis and the gentlemen in the sizivas. It's amazing. And the nalikwanda, which the Litunga uses, is men only. Now, my grandfather was very modern. He always wanted his little girls, because he used to tell us, granddaughters, you can become. He wasn't the typical traditional. So one day he tried to get us on the Nalikwanda. He almost lost the kingship because they are so traditional. He's like, please, no Litunga has ever done this. You're not going to do it either. So the Nalikwanda is for the men, but they also have a beautiful boat for the Litunga's wife, well, the ladies, of course, the inner circle, maybe some of the advisors go on the, I can't remember the boat for the Natamoyo. That's the Litunga's wife. But it's incredible and it's amazing. So we want to bring a taste of that to our beautiful diaspora. We want our fellow Zambians, friends of Zambians, just to come and get a taste of what the real ceremony is like.
Awesome.
That is awesome. I have a little question. I mean, the question for Miss Miss Theo. Sorry. Have you ever taken your children to Zambia to go and celebrate Kuomboka with you?
Unfortunately, not yet. But I'm proud today to tell you that when there was the flooding in Houston, and my nephew came to my house because running away from Houston, I had an opportunity to educate my daughter about the Kuomboka. So I told her this. I said, they are running away from the flood. Actually, where I come from, we look for the flood so that we can celebrate the Kuomboka and have all the tourists come from Europe, all over the world, to go and join us. Then she said, what? Then I said, yes. And when we will have an opportunity to go there, we will go there. So she is on the team of educator. She's educating her American friends as well as the children who were born here. She recently made a pamphlet on Black History Month. She talked about the Kuomboka. You can see it there. She also talked about the Zambian food. So our efforts are not going in vain. Our children are seeing it and they're talking about Zambia's culture. We are so proud. I would like to talk about my grandfather. So most of the time I call myself Theodora Munyinda Tela Pehu Yakamtuma. So today my grandfather lives in me. So that's exactly what I want to leave for my children and the children of all the Zambians.
Nice. No, we appreciate you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for sharing your daughter's learning about Kuomboka. It's really amazing. Thank you.
And while we're at that, any of you ladies have been to the Kuomboka? Any?
Many times.
Yes. I've actually been to the Kuomboka. When I was young. I just went there for fun. So we went there as a family, actually. But there were so much excitement. As you know, as Dr. Mark has already said, that the Kuomboka ceremony attracts millions and millions of the local Zambians and also international tourists. It brings in a lot of forex. This ceremony has been there for over 300 years, and it's still one of the most magnificent ceremonies ever in Zambia. So it's just a lot of excitement when you are there. Lots.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you the first one to start this in the United States of America, or is it done somewhere else? Seeing that the Kuomboka has been around for so many years, like anybody else doing it in the diaspora, like in Europe, in UK, somewhere else besides being in the United States of America, the Kuomboka diaspora.
I haven't seen anywhere where it's being celebrated, though I have seen our cultural people wear the misisis and imitate the Nalikwanda and so forth. So what we're bringing now is something new, which I hope we can pull this out and then make to a point where we can also take tourists to Zambia whenever we can. Once in a year for those who want to go and see it live. And while we visit there, we'll also go to all the tourist places of Zambia and introduce all the cultures. But one thing I would like to say here is that our main key word here is unity. So even though we are talking about Kuomboka, we want all the Zambians to know that they are welcome. We are all Zambians and we are one.
It's nice. Thank you for inclusive. Because you know how Zambians are. We'll be like, the Bembas actually. I'll be like, I hate to share. So we want to be part of it. No, we are excited and we're looking forward to come. And I hope you guys will give me one of the musisis.
Absolutely, we've got you.
No, Winnie,
We'll
don't ask
hook you up.
Missy.
We'll
Don't
hook
mind
you
her. Winnie can make clothes. She can make one. Don't
Yeah.
do
But
that.
it's different when they give you a Mississippi Priest card. What?
You
What?
can make
We don't
one
wish
here.
your market. You can't.
Really.
That is so funny. But yeah, we've got you.
Thank
We've
you.
actually partnered with Matilda Lucas out of Florida that is helping create designer mosisis. So if
Nice.
you want one specially made, please contact us, or if you know Matilda directly, and she will hook you up. Everybody's welcome. We're asking people to come in their traditional attire.
Nice.
But if you don't have that, and we're not restricting it to just Musisi, whatever tradition you feel comfortable with, please do that. Other than that, you're free to wear your black tie. This is a gala. So,
That's
yeah.
good. What's expected at the venue at the event?
A lot of
Well,
entertainment.
we have a lot of entertainment. A lot of entertainment. Of course, we have international speakers coming from Zambia as well as local. We have what? Of course, we'll have traditional foods. The catering
Yum
will be
yum.
provided by Mwiki's Kitchen of Dallas, Texas. And of course, you're going to see a variety of traditional attires. Of course, the Lozis will be wearing the Misisis. The Misisi is not just for the Lozis. So if you have a Musisi dress, just wear it. They've been modified now. You know, they used to be like very huge and all that, but now they've been
Mhm.
modified. So you're encouraged to wear that. You know, traditional outfits are actually encouraged, but not mandatory. But we don't want you to come in your gown and black and tie and come and feel out of place. So this is the time for you to come in and showcase your traditional outfits,
Nice.
regardless. Okay. And then we'll be having the fashion show by Hearth Brooks of America, Matilda Marva Lucas. The fashion show will be coordinated by our events coordinator of Dallas, Susan Muller. Of course, our MC is going to be our none other than Miss Mo Chatter of Seattle, and also your very
We like
own
that.
co-host, Henry Mazaila. Henry Mazaila Sakala, my brother of New York, he will be the co-MC there. So you know what to expect, right? And then we
Oh
are
yeah.
going to be having the Cadanza coming from Washington, no, Washington, Seattle, I think. Yes, the dancers. We've seen the adverts. Yeah, so they're going to grace us as one of our cultural dancers there. I'm actually looking for this guy called Zambiata the Prince. He's a comedian. He seems to be wearing the Sizivas in whatever he is. I think he's in the United States of America, but he's been attracting a lot of crowds because he wears these Sizivas, the male attire for, in town. So I'm looking for that guy. So if anyone knows him, his name is Zambiata the Prince. We want him to come to our gala and be the comedian. So other than that, I think we are set. There'll be so much entertainment there. So much entertainment. And the place is the venue is gonna be at five-star banquet. Park Plaza in Dallas, Texas. The place is locally, it's actually centrally located. We have Ember Suites, which is just like 2 minutes walk, and also Comfort Suites, 2 minutes walk. And I think we have Lakita Hotel, 2 minutes walk. We have the Hill, for those that want high scale hotels, we have the Hiltons just within 10 minutes, 5 minutes drive. So it's really, really a well centered place. And we have so many Zambians in Dallas, in actually Texas, but we're expecting Zambians all over. We are having people from, I think, the UK. We have somebody from the UK, Australia, Zambia, of course. So it's going to be well attended. And that venue is big for you guys who live in Dallas, Texas. I think that Park Plaza can host over 300 people. So we're ready to host over 300 people there. Be
Nice.
ready,
I just
get your tickets.
comment.
They're only going for $100. Yes, $100 for adults and $50 for children. Those age less than 17 years. We've incorporated the children this time around because we are after cultural preservation. So it's going to be very imperative to have the children at the gala so that they get to see or this is the generation that we are most interested about in transferring what was taught to us to the young children. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Nasi. And let me just add, it's as much, it will be so much fun, but also very enlightening. Maybe people who don't know much about Zambia or much about the Lozi culture, just from the fashion show, from the speeches, from the entertainment, they will learn so much about our beautiful nation, Zambia. The beauty also about events like that, it's a meeting of old friends, connecting to new people. Networking is key. You could meet a future business partner. It's amazing. Sometimes we are looking for something and it's right next to us. So an event like this, we are really encouraging you viewers, please don't miss. And we appreciate the response has been incredible, very favorable. People are really excited, and it's been very positive. And thank you, the Insaka talk show hosts. You give us a shout out every week, so you really help to promote. We really appreciate you very much, beautiful ladies. Your support has been priceless. So we can't wait to see everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for that information. I do want to just to help out with the clarification. The venue that Nasilele talked about, for those of you that attended the Oza Independence Party that happened in Dallas, it's the same building. Okay, so just to make it easy for you, it's the same building where the Oza Independence Party happened here in Dallas. So, and then I did have a question. The $100 ticket, does that include beverages, or is that just for food and entrance?
I can take that.
So the $100 ticket only, you can take it more.
Oh no, go ahead. It's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the $100 ticket only includes all the entertainment and the traditional foods, of course, full-course dinner. We're gonna have a cash bar there. Cash bar.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's important for our people to know that so they can come prepared.
Yeah.
But I'm glad for that clarification. Thank you,
The sodas will be free. The sodas for the children will be free. So
the sodas and water will be
water.
free. Yes, soda and water. Alcoholic beverages, it's cash bar.
You talked about the Siziba. I wanted to share this picture for those who don't know what a Siziba is. That is the outfit that the gentleman in red and white is wearing, correct?
That is correct.
All right.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So we are almost coming to the end of this conversation, but we do have one or two questions still left. And one of the questions we wanted to ask, Irene, go ahead, please.
Yes. Has there been a year when the Kuomboka ceremony never took place? And why?
Well, I know that in 2020, because of the COVID, that was canceled. I'm not sure of another one. Maybe Dr. Mwaka, another year?
Yes, I don't know if it was 2017, 2018. There wasn't enough water. And those boats are huge. The Nalikwanda is huge. So because there wasn't enough flooding, they were unable to do it. So whenever there's not enough water, it can't take place. And also definitely COVID, during the COVID period, because they didn't want people to, to be affected.
I see.
Yes.
All right. Makes sense.
Yeah, I was actually curious about that because when you mentioned how far back it dates, right? I was like, since it's dependent on flooding, what happens if there's flooding? Okay. So that answers the question. Okay.
Yeah, actually, for this year, they have not even announced yet. For this year, they have not yet announced. So normally, I think they do an assessment to see if there's enough water or not, So.
All right.
We will know soon enough.
So, and the other question, the follow up to this is, does the ceremony take place on like one day? Like we know, for example, that St. Patrick's Day is like the 13th or whatever. Is it on one particular day every year? Or is it just in a period of like a month? You know that in April, this is when the Kuomboka ceremony happens. Is there like a particular date that it happens every year?
It's normally in April because that's when there are rains and the flood, and then the Ngambela, who is the prime minister, he will make an announcement maybe like a month before to prepare people to say on this particular day, prepare yourselves. The Litunga will be moving from this area to the next area. So an announcement is made by the Ngambela.
Ngambela.
I have a question. It might sound probably silly because I think if you know me, I always ask silly question, but it's very, I want to know. So when the king is moving from place to another place, do they take everything, like their housing, and like what happens? I mean, somebody's just gonna ask the same question.
No, that's a very good question. No, he has a palace.
It's a
No, but
palace.
people will be like, what? They're moving,
No.
and then where are they going? How are they gonna do
No,
it? So,
he has a palace in Lialui and a palace in Limulunga. Very beautiful palace, well furnished with everything. So of course, it's almost like when you're traveling, you know, you do carry some of your favorite things, but maybe you have a home in Zambia and a home here.
like summer home, like some people, they have like summer home, so they're moving in. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. So that's a good question, Miss Winnie.
Thank
Very
you.
good question.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, so they're moving, so they take like a tundus in. Like I'm thinking in the old age, what was happening? They move everything and then they go back. They take everything. Like, but that's really nice. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, it's more or less like having a summer home in Florida and probably a winter home in New York City or Chicago.
Yeah.
So that movement, I think, is just for culture.
The traditional part, yeah.
Parade.
Oh,
Yeah, if they have to move stuff, right, they move privately, or those houses are already furnished. So that's just like a cultural show. Because
that's what, yeah,
when
that's
that
what
movement is taking place, it's so colorful. Yes.
And it's a money maker anyway.
Yeah. I wanted to ask
the money maker.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they've actually put a lot of villages in Mongu. You know,
yes,
there's some great facilities in there. It's the money that's coming in. It's the dollar, right? So we want to make sure that people in America learn about it and come over and bring us the dollar that we're so needing in Zambia right now.
Yes. You can say that again.
And it has also helped like the local business people, you know, the mamas who make the musisis, who sell crafts. It really helps the local people. That's the beautiful part of it.
Yes, and we want to bring it over here. Just like we celebrate Halloween, St. Patrick's, let the whole world know who we are as well. They should come and join us. We can do that.
Yes.
If we unite, we can do that.
You are doing it. So this is amazing. The good thing is when you start and you're doing it.
Yes, and as a founder, I'm just letting you know that the door is open for all of us to enter and celebrate together. Please do not shut it in your face in the name of saying it's only for the Lozis. No, it's for all of us. Let's unite and do this. We have a dream. Just like Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. We also have a dream to unite every Zambian while we are here in the diaspora. We can fulfill that dream and also follow what Mandela said. A winner is a dreamer who goes up to the end. Let's do that together as Zambians, and we shall have fun.
Yes, please.
We will.
Absolutely.
And just to add on what Theo has said, I want to also take this, or rather present a challenge to our diaspora community. This is a Kuomboka. It's only one part of the Zambian culture. We have the Sefia Pangwena, we have the Omutomboka, we have the Inchwala. We want all these ceremonies to be identified here and to be celebrated for
Right.
for American brothers and sisters to see the culture, the diversity that we have. We want to celebrate that. We want everybody to learn about who Zambia is and all the traditions that come with the name Zambia. So let's take this. This is just one. This is a starter. Let's start off the next one. I know Miss Winnie was talking about, let's get the Bembas to do it. Please, let's do it. We will be there to support you because we are all common, right?
So I have a question. So when you call, like how you are calling Miss Theodora,
Yes.
Theodora, you're saying Wo Theo. Wo means like Va.
Va,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So you guys call Wo. Okay,
Wo.
I see. I see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Lauren.
for the Lundas, the respect is at the end.
Oh, how do you say?
Yeah, like Mwani.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
like
Oh, the Lee.
yes, it's at the end.
I
That's why you
really
Wow.
like
see
Mari.
the young.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
what
say-
could be Theo Lee?
No, like when you're calling her,
Yes.
you have that
Mali.
Mwani at the end to show
Wow.
respect. So that means you're
See
talking
your
to
money.
Theo Mali.
No.
You're
You
confusing us.
never mind. Let me not confuse you.
No,
What
no,
I'm
no.
saying is, for Lundas, the Mwani is a sign to say you're respecting somebody older. So we do this.
Mwane.
So like when you come and say, Shikenu Mwani, Athio. Welcome, Lathio. Or
So-
welcome, both Theo.
Welcome.
Like that.
Mwane.
So it's
That makes
beautiful.
sense.
What you're doing is beautiful because now you're igniting other tribes to follow suit and do something that they are sitting on, and they're like, how do I even start this? But when they see what you guys are doing, the greatness of this movement, trust me, Winnie is gonna start. She's daring like that. She'll start a member one. And then the next thing you'll be like,
Winnie, finish. Stop, Erin.
this.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, and you're so right, Irene. You see, like when we look at the Nigerians, they have Igbo events, Yoruba, the different tribes, but they are very united
United.
That's
as a
true.
nation.
That's
But
right.
they celebrate the different ethnic groups. So as both Theo had said, we are absolutely for one Zambia, one nation. Number one, we are Zambians. We are very patriotic and proud to be Zambians. This is just a celebration of our Lozi culture and heritage, but all our Zambian family are more than welcome. Very, very welcome.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. To add on what Dr. Maka has said, I mean, when we talk about Kuomboka, it's a Zambian culture, not just for the Lozis. So we encourage everybody to come. We are a non-religious, non-political. We are non-divisiveness, not tribal, but we are coming in to celebrate as a Zambian culture, and it's just a step up forward for other cultures also to step up so we can be celebrating all the Zambian cultures. We are so lucky that we come from Zambia, which is we have over 30, I think, cultural ceremonies there and over 72 languages. So that's what makes the beauty of Zambia. Just those cultures and us working together as one Zambia, one nation. Thank you.
Yes. So if you want to come and see me dance Siwamba Saka, please buy the ticket.
Can't wait.
Yes, please.
So we've talked about the beauty. We've talked about the beauty of Kuomboka. We've talked about the advantages of this cultural exploration. One of the things I would like to ask, if any of you, just one of you can share, what challenges have you faced so far since you embarked on this venture? And what help would you like, from the community? Is there any challenge that you've faced so far that you'd like to share?
Yes, I would like to share that when we talk about culture and we talk about Kuomboka, the community think that we are doing a separating people. We are not doing that. If you can spread the word for us to say that no, we are not separating. We are actually we want to come together. If they can get that word, if you're coming to celebrate a culture, why are you thinking about tribe? Just come in. A culture doesn't have to be from your backyard for you to come and enjoy it. Even let's say it was only for the Lozis. The Lozis are from Zambia. You are part of it. Please come and join us. We're not separating anybody. We want to come together as Zambians and let the world join us.
I agree with you, Miss Theo. Actually, one of the things that I want to say, because having been in the DFW community and being in the groups that we have, the WhatsApp groups and all that, this is Nelly talking. This is my disclaimer here. This is not Insaka talking. This is Nelly talking. And Nelly is saying, you woke up and you said, you know what? I come from a rich background. I come from all these traditions that I learned growing up, passed on from my grandmother and grandfather and my forefathers. And now that I'm in this foreign land, I want to make sure that everybody around me gets to enjoy this beautiful culture one way or another. And my way of doing that is creating an event that brings people from all walks of life to come and enjoy this. You should never, ever have to apologize to anybody for that. Ever.
Thank you.
You don't have to.
That means a lot. Thank you.
To appease any other culture, because if they so wish to do so, I say let them go ahead and create an event, because they know their culture better than you and I do. I can't get up and say, I want to make a Kuomboka. What do I know? Just because I want to make an event? No. I have to leave that to the people that are experts in that field. And then I will show up. If you make one, I'll show up and support you. If a member person makes one, I'll show up and I'll still support. If an Eastern Province person makes an event, I'll show up and support. But you, I want to say, you stay in your truth. You don't have to please everybody. If it's Kuomboka, I want to see Kuomboka. I want to see Msisi's. I don't want to see Eastern Province stuff. That's just me. I'm coming for Kuomboka. So don't do anything to please anybody.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much.
Wow.
Comment. Yes.
Oh,
Thank you, Nelly.
Can I make a request?
Yes.
Could you please show my grandfather and my grandmother? Because I'm
I shared
living in
it
them.
before, but I think somebody was talking, but there.
That's Mr. Kamutumwa. That's my grandfather, and I live in him.
Wow, handsome man.
And that's my grandmother.
Beautiful.
And I live in them. They taught me the cultures that I'm showing to the world today.
Wow.
That's very beautiful.
That is powerful.
Yes, it is.
Especially with the words that Nelly shared. I think that it's deep, it's profound, and it is true. You know, we are who we are. It's not a mistake that we're Lozi or Bemba or Nkoya or Lunda. It is not a mistake. This is how God meant for us to be. Let's share our heritage together. Let us make each other shine and not be apologetic. Come together and celebrate each other.
That's right.
Yes. Unapologetically Lozi.
That was deep.
I know, like, that's deep.
On that note, I do want to thank you all for gracing us with your presence. We are right on top of the hour. We thank you for being on the Insaka Talk Show. We will personally be there. So if any of you want to see the Insaka ladies, we will be at the Kuomboka. We may not be rocking Msisi's, but we will be there.
So, we absolutely love you.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And happy Women's Month.
Yes, happy Women's Month. Ladies, you're doing a phenomenal job with this Insaka show. We are proud of you. You're beautiful. You're dynamic. You're knowledgeable. You make everybody feel so special and valuable. So you are our stars. We are so proud of you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank
you so much.
you.
What she
I
say?
second that. Thank you.